All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Patrick Gray here, the MLM Marketing Pro. It is a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be with you guys on today. If you guys are joining me, what I need you to do is make sure you put in what city, what state you are joining me from. And just say hey. If you are someone who is visiting me for the first time, holla at your boy. Let me know that this is the first time that you have been on a live with me. And what I'd really like you to do, if you could, there is a button on there that says follow or turn on, actually. So go ahead and click that button. I believe it should be in like the right-hand corner there. And what will happen when you do that is it'll turn on the notification every time I go live. What will happen is you'll get a notification to let you know I'm live if you've gotten any value from anything I've shared with you. And then what I really need you to do, guys, because this one is going to be dynamite. This is going to be something, if you have a team, they're really going to want to know. It's really going to help them. But I want you to hit that little button in the corner called Sherry, if you're French, share, and so that your friends can also see this. And I am going to add just a few more friends. I'm going to reach out to some folks and say, hey, how y'all doing? And see who we can get to join us today. But anyway, guys. My topic on today is a simple topic. It is simple, but it's almost like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? It is. Do you think mindset or tactics are more important to your success? Do you think that your mindset or your tactics are more important to your success? And that's what I want to ask you guys today. And in saying all of that, guys, this is Patrick Gray, the MLM Marketing Pro, guys. If you haven't heard of me, guys, I have been in this industry for quite a few years, probably somewhere over 20 years. I have been a entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, basically, and I have also been in this networking marketing space. And guys, I've grown some teams, relatively large teams, and I've also had some I don't say failure, but I had some challenges along the way. So what I want to do, guys, is I'm here to help you build your business. And what I want to do, guys, is, again, if you're joining me, guys, make sure you put in what city, what state you're joining me from. And if this is your first time joining me, make sure you put a comment. Put in a 1 if it's the first time you're joining me. But what I want to do, guys, is I want to ask you a simple question. Do you think mindset or tactics are more important to success? And it's kind of like I said, is it the chicken or the egg that comes first? Quick story. I was listening to something last night. Men, please don't judge me, but my wife and I were watching OWN. I know. I was watching OWN, guys. And I know what you're probably saying, that my man card has been snatched, but hi, my name's Patrick. I watch OWN with my wife. That's the Oprah Winfrey Network for you guys who don't know. But anywho, she has what's called a master class. And there was a guy that I'm sure all of you know, Steve Harvey. He was on there, and they were doing basically an interview with this master class. I think the basic premise is they tell their story. And Steve Harvey started out by telling the story how he was 9 or 10 years old. And during that time, he stuttered. If it wasn't somebody he knew, wasn't somebody he was acquainted with, when he spoke, he would stutter. So it was an assignment that his teacher asked him for. And the assignment was write where you see yourself or what you want to do. All the rest of the kids handed their assignment in. He handed his in. And then the next day, his teacher called him up front. And his teacher said, he thinking that he did a really good job on the assignment, but the teacher began to ridicule him. Because what he wrote on his sheet of paper was he was going to be on TV, 9 or 10 years old, and someone that stuttered. So she began to ask him questions, and again, he stuttered. So he's like, trying to get it out. And she's like, look at you. Do you know anybody that's been on TV? Does anybody here been on TV? Look at you. You can't even. And she started to go in, and I'm going to tell you, just listen to the story. If that had been my child, I'd probably be arrested now because I'd have went straight in. But anywho, So she says, you're trying to make a mockery of this assignment. So he calls mom. And if you come from a family like mine, boy, the school call, you don't have it's about to be a misunderstanding. You don't go to school and embarrass me. You know, it's about to be some furniture moving. So he goes home, and his mom asked him, what did you do? And he says, the teacher asked me to write what I'm going to do or what I want to do. And he said, he told his mom, he said, I want to be on TV. And his mom cut right into him. You're trying to make a mockery, yada, 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 yada. But he's like, Mom, this is what I want to do. Anyway, his dad, she said, wait till your father get home. And anybody ever had that? Wait till that father get home. If you were in a household where dad came and brought the thunder, can I get a 2? Can I get a 2? Anywho, so his father gets home, asks him what he did, and he said, Dad, I just said I wanted to be on TV. And his dad looks at the mom like, what's wrong with that? And they begin to go back and forth, okay? They tell him to go in the room. And again, as a kid, we come from a family of discipline. And again, I'm not advocating child abuse, but that's another story. But anywho, so when he goes in the room, he knows for sure he's going to get it. His dad comes in after that, whatever, and he says, son, what did you write down? He told him again. And he said, why? Because, Dad, that's what I want to do. This is what his dad told him. This blessed me. His dad said, this is what you do. You take that piece of paper, and I want you to do this. When you wake up, I want you to look at it. When you go to sleep, I want you to look at it. Oh, my God. His dad gave him a principle that he didn't even know. Because what he was doing is he was vision casting. He was basically looking at his future and programming it into his mind. So again, that's the beginning. But we jump ahead. He's 26, 27 years old. Still hasn't happened for him. He was actually writing jokes for a comedian. Didn't even know where a comedy club was. So they invite him out to a comedy club. He puts his name on the list. He's thinking, he just observes, thinking he's coming back the following week. There's a cancellation. They call him up. And he's like, the first thing that comes out of his mouth, he's just going to go up and they tell him he's not prepared. But he says, you know what? I was supposed to be here next week. People start laughing. And he's like, wow. And then he says something else. They're laughing more. And then the guy comes after a few minutes and gives him this motion because he didn't know anything about show business. He thought the guy meant he was killing them. So he goes on and on. So finally they turn the mic off. And when they turn the mic off, he says, well, I guess they didn't pay their bill. I'm Steve Harvey, and he's gone. And on his way, and so what happens is he ends up, they do the clap applause thing. He wins $50. Never been in a comedy club, didn't know what it was. He's riding home with the young lady that brought him, and he's crying. She says what? He says, I finally know how I'm going to get there. I mean, it just blessed me. So now it goes on a little further. The next day he goes in, quits his job. He tells his boss, I found out what I'm going to do. His boss tells him, you're stupid. You don't know what you're doing. Go back in there. You got a wife and family. So when he's telling him he's quitting, the boss convinces him to stay. He goes back, talks to a friend. The friend says, because the boss tells him he's not funny. You ain't said nothing funny. His friend says, what are you doing? He says, well, the boss said I'm not funny. Man, you're the funniest cat I know. And he goes back and tells the boss, I'm going to quit. And he reaches out to shake his hand and said, I ain't shaking your hand. This is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Guys, I'm talking about Steve Harvey. So fast forward to about 36, 37 years old. That's in his 20s. He's lost his family because of his dream. He's living in his car for 3 years. 3 years. He's about to give up. He has he calls his answering machine, and he has $35, enough to get back home to live with his mom because he's been living in his car for 3 years. And he gets a call from Apollo. The Apollo Theater calls him and says, we want you to be on our show. But mind you, he only has $35. He's in Florida, needs to make it to New York by Sunday, doesn't have enough money. And he says, I can't make it. Calls back his answer machine again just to verify the time. He's about to hang up. He hears another beep. Guess what? Some guy 100 miles from where he is says, I need you to do a show. Going to give you $150. Need you to be here tomorrow. So this is Thursday. He gets there on Friday. Does the show. The guy says, you did such a great job. We're going to give you another $150. So he does 2 shows. Moral of the story. He has enough to make it to New York on Sunday. Has enough to actually eat because he only had 35 to his name, goes on Showtime at the Apollo, and I'm seeing this clip. I'm like, I remember that clip. Kills it. The rest of it, it's history. So you're probably saying, okay, is mindset or tactics more important to success? Guys, Steve Harvey didn't know when he was 9 years old how he was going to get to where he is. He's about 60 years old now. Probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But what he had in his mind, because of a simple task, a simple tweak that his dad told him. Look at what you want to do when you wake up. Look at what you want to do when you go to sleep. Look at your dream. And he programmed his mind. His mindset said that I can do anything. I can do anything. Let me ask you this. Have you had a dream that maybe possibly you're still fighting for? Is there a dream that someone's told you that you can't accomplish, but yet you're still fighting? If that's so, give me a 2. And if you're getting value from anything I'm saying, make sure you like and share this video. So anywho, he's way past this stage. But every day he looked at that. And this is what I want to say to you. I deal with entrepreneurs every day. And they're always asking me, how do you do this? How do you do that? And don't get me wrong. Once you have in your mind what you have set that you want to do, you want to learn how to do it. But guys, I'm here to let you know that it's more important to believe that you can. Because what you can see in your mind, guys, you can hold in your hands. If you don't get anything out of this, other than this, what you can see in your mind, what the mind can conceive and believe, a man can achieve. What the mind can see and achieve, what the mind can see and believe, a man can achieve. If you can see it here, I'm going to tell you right now, there is nothing that can stop you. Because here's the thing, guys, I shared this story with one of my coaching clients, My cousins say I'm crazy. And for some people, I probably am crazy, guys, because some of you don't know my whole story. The Bible talks about the woman with the issue of blood for 12 long years. I was the man with the issue of addiction for 13 long years. I've been homeless. I've been at the place where I was at the point of about to commit suicide, but there was something inside of my mind, something at a place where I thought I couldn't go on that kept me going, that kept me saying, you're worth moving on, because there's destiny, there's purpose inside of you. Somebody out there has purpose and destiny inside of them. And someone has told you that you can't achieve it, but I'm here to let you know, guys, that you guys can achieve. And it maybe you're thinking it's just one more thing. If I learn it, it's gonna take me there. Don't get me wrong. There is some aha moments that happen, guys. If you're getting any value from this, please like and share this, or tag your teammates, because some of your teammates need to hear this. But the one thing I want to tell you guys, that you have to have that mindset that says, no matter what, I can do it. Elon Musk is somebody that I always like to reach back to. This guy was sleeping on a couch. Before he thought about Tesla and before he thought about a battery or whatever, he knew inside of his mind that he could do it. He didn't know how it was going to happen, but he knew that he was going to do it. What usually happens with great people, what usually happens with visionaries, what usually happens with people who are destined for greatness is that they have an idea. They don't know how it's going to happen, but they know that if they continue to move forward, that things are going to happen. Look at that story with Steve Harvey. Guys, it just seems like it seemed like it was a lifetime to happen, but when it was his time, when everything was lined up, it just doors began to open. Some of you guys have been struggling in your business. Some of you guys are on the brink of giving up. Because remember in that story I told, he was at his wit's end. He was about to give up. But what happened is the universe opened up and said, okay, it's your time. Here's the showtime at the Apollo. This is your break. This is what you've been dreaming about. This is what you've you've had and you've shown in your mind. And guys, I'll even go biblical. The scripture says, whatsoever man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever you think can come to pass. So are tactics more important than having a mindset? I tell you what, there's people that I've ran across in this industry that were brand new in the industry, didn't know diddly squat, as the old folks used to say, but they would come in and they would be ignorance on fire, because in their mind, it was their time. In their mind, it was just, I'm gonna get rich or die trying. Ain't that 50 Cent? Ain't that what he got? But it was time for them. They didn't care what they had to go through or what the process was. They just knew that they were going to succeed. So do you think mindset or tactics are more important for success, guys? I can guarantee you that the mindset is more important, because when you're going down this entrepreneurial journey, the thing is, and guys, if you're getting value, can I get some likes and some hearts? Can I get some interaction, guys? When you're going down this entrepreneurial journey, you're going to have roadblocks. You're going to run into things that are going to be like detrimental. You're going to run into things. Come on, guys, give me some likes, give me some hearts, give me some likes, give me some hearts. You're going to run into things that are going to, in some cases, be devastating. But when you have a clear vision, you've got it written down. Write the vision, make it plain. When you got it on paper, when it's the first thing you think about when you wake up and the last thing you think about when you go to sleep, guys, there is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that can stop you. I gave this other scripture. I'm thinking about the book of Nehemiah, when they were rebuilding. Nehemiah said the people did the work because they had a mind to do it. Guys, do you have a mind to blow your business up? Do you have a mind to go to the top in your business? Do you have a mind to be that multimillionaire in your family? Do you have a mind to be that person in your family that's going to be a person of legacy? He also talked about this. He had a friend, and the friend's grandmother was going to pass on. And if you got any value, give me a 3, guys, if you got any value. And she was on her deathbed. She asked the friend, do you know who your great-great-grandfather is? Or do you know who your great-grandfather is? And he said no. And she basically told him, the reason that you didn't know him, if you got any value, give me a 3, is because he didn't leave anything. What I want you guys to understand is that you need to leave a legacy. And you can best believe that my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents are grandkids are going to know who Patrick Gray is. Because guess what? Patrick Gray is that legacy builder. He's that one link in the chain where from this point on, there is going to be generational wealth left for your family. And I'm speaking this now into existence. I'm calling everything in the atmosphere to come into line to the words that I speak. There's death and life are in the power of our tongue. So I'm speaking this into the atmosphere. Because think about this. Do you think J. Paul Getty's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandkids know who he is? Do you think Andrew Carnegie's great-great-great-great-great-grandparents know who he is? Do you think any of these well-known people, John F. Kennedy, you think he left a legacy? I want to ask you a question. If you are going to be that legacy breaker, that legacy builder, you're going to build that bridge to your generation. If you're going to be that person, give me a 4. Give me a 4. I need a 4. If you're going to be the person that builds that legacy. If you are going to be the person that builds that legacy, I need a 4. Now, in saying all of that, once you get the mindset, guys, I have to say, there are some tactics that you're going to need to know. Because there's some things along the way that, Stephen Moody, I guess you're the only one. Okay, Linda Miller. But there are some things along the way that you're going to have to learn. So, guys, if you're an entrepreneur and you've got the first part down, you've got the mindset, and you want more information on how you can take your business to the next level, on how you can put some systems, some automated systems in place to help you build your team or to help you build your brand. Guys, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to comment in the comment section, me, or I'm in, or even inbox me, but comment, say something. Hey, Patrick, I need your help. Because guys, the one thing that I found is that progressively, because of the mindset I have, there is no quit in me. There is no quit. But what I'm learning as I go along this journey, I've learned some nuggets. I've learned some tweaks that have helped me go from place to place, or as the scripture says, from glory to glory, I guess you'd say. It has helped me go elevate my game, has helped me go to the next level. So if you're looking for something like that, make sure you comment me or I'm in. And what I can do, guys, is I can show you some of the things that I've done. I'll send you, I'll contact you, I'll reach out to you, and we'll have a little talk. Have a come to Jesus meeting about where you are in your business and what I can do to help you get to where you are. Well, guys, if you've gotten value, again, can I get a 5? If anything I've said has helped you, has anything I've said validated some things that you already knew, if anything I've said has taken you to a place where you are just at the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're ready to elevate and move on to that next place, just put a 5 in the comment section. So guys, make sure you like and share this. Make sure you like and share this, guys, because guess what? There's somebody out there that needs to hear this. You know, some may say that's a lot of rah-rah, but you know what? I know in my heart from experience, and I know in my heart from being an entrepreneur for God knows how long, that it's the mindset. You have to have a mindset. You have to have a mind to move to that next level. So guys, in saying that, this is Patrick Gray, the MLM Marketing Pro. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be with you guys on today. I'm on to the next level. I've got a training call for my How Do You Do That for network marketing students. It's a simple training I do to help people who are new, to give them some systems, put some systems in place to help them automate their business. Because that's the one thing I honestly wish I would have had when I first started. If I would have known how to automate my business, how to put capture pages, how to lead people down, how to put funnels in places, and what platforms to be on, YouTube, Google Plus, Facebook. If I'd have known how to put my content there, guys, guess what? I would have been a lot farther than I am now. But hey, I'm here with you guys because each piece of content you put out, think of it as another piece of real estate. So guys, this is Patrick Gray, the MLM Marketing Pro. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be with you guys. Peace. I holla. Love you guys. Bye-bye.